So what's up, everyone? The Geneva and the King James, a tale of two Bibles and a tale of two countries. Coming on the heels of the Renaissance, Erasmus produced and printed 5 editions of the Greek New Testament between 1516 and 1536. One was read by Martin Luther, a Dominican monk, who then proceeded to fire the first shots of the Protestant Reformation, nailing his 95 Thesis on the door of the Wittenberg Church in 1517. Wanting his people in Germany to be able to read the Bible for themselves, he translated the Greek and Hebrew into German in 1522. William Tyndale, wanting to do the same thing for his people in England, translated the same Greek text into English. But before he could complete the Old Testament from Hebrew into English, he was executed by the king in 1536 for the crime of translating the Bible into English. His dying words were, "Lord, open the King of England's eyes." His prayer was answered, and in a couple years, the King of England changed the Church of England to Protestant. It was not a complete break, though, and the clergy was divided between the High Church and the Puritan preachers. The Puritans were called this because they wanted to purify the church of some of the non-biblical practices held over from Romanism. When Henry's daughter Mary, a rabid Catholic, became queen between 1553 and 1558, she wanted to return the Church of England back to Romanism. So she began killing the dissenting preachers, hence she was given the name Bloody Mary. The dissenting clergy sought safety in Geneva, Switzerland, and with many other Protestant preachers, including John Knox of Scotland, they produced the Geneva Bible and dedicated it to Queen Elizabeth in 1560 after she became queen. James, the first of England, 16th of Scotland, when he was the king of Scotland, he was raised by the Kirk. Then it would be Presbyterian. John Knox preached his coronation in 1526, and he was tutored by the Presbyterian clergy. When James became King of England in 1603, the clergy, again, were still divided over which Bible. The regular clergy were using the Bishop's Bible, 1568 to 1572, and the Puritans preferred the Geneva Bible, previously mentioned. The Puritans approached James in 1604 to address things pretended to be amiss in the Church of England. Now, James, though he was raised by the Presbyterians in Scotland, believed in the Church of England's doctrine of the divine right of king. And when the Puritans came to address him over the problems they appeared or thought was in the Church of England, most of which he just brushed off as unimportant. But when John Reynolds asked him about producing a translation of the Bible into English, uniform to be read by all the churches, using the greatest scholars in all of England, James knew 2 things. The Bishop's Bible was a sloppy translation. The Geneva Bible had those horrible Republican non-monarchy comments in it, which of course he abhorred. And so it was a perfect solution. And then, of course, the King James Version came out, authorized version, finally produced in 1611 with near 50 of the greatest scholars in all of England, knowing all the languages of the world, and there it was, and slowly began to replace the Geneva Bible. There were even printers who took the notes of the Geneva Bible and put it with the authorized or the King James translation of Scripture. Fast forward to the 1700s, during the American colonies, they began to experience a revival called the Great Awakening, preached by Jonathan Edwards, George Whitefield, men who preached from a King James Version Bible, not the Geneva. The founding fathers all heard the preaching of George Whitefield, many of them, including Thomas Jefferson, quoted from his sermons even in his later days. They all heard thousands of hours of exposition from a King James Bible. And those men gave us the greatest republic the world has ever known. If James had only knew. God bless. You all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.